Hey, I'm Margie Alt, and I'm the Director of Environment America. Environment America is about standing up for the places we love and the environmental values that so many of us share. And we do that primarily by bringing people into the political process to stand together against the powerful polluters who are ruining so much of what makes this country great. We're a federation of state organizations with affiliates in 29 states and members and supporters in all 50 states. And what we find is that Americans care very much about the environment, and their concerns are strongest when the problems we're working on are closest to home and really rooted in personal experience. For example, in California, people feel deeply about the Pacific Ocean because so many people spend time at the beaches or out boating or fishing. And what we find as we talk to people on their doorsteps or on street corners is that they are downright offended by the plastic pollution that is growing to epic proportions in the Pacific. In fact, right now there's a pile of plastic that's 2 times the size of Texas. And it's not just gross, it's actually devastating the wildlife, dolphins, porpoises. I mean, let's face it, to a sea turtle, a plastic bag and a jellyfish both look a lot like lunch. So a couple of years ago, Environment California set out to ban single-use plastic bags. We thought we'd pass a bill in Sacramento to do just that. We built a lot of support, but at the very last minute, the chemical manufacturers who are responsible for producing those plastic bags beat us. And so we had to switch strategies. And what we did was we put out a report showing how many places across the world, cities, states, even countries, have already banned plastic bags. And then we worked with our allies across the state, local decision makers, and our members, and together we have convinced 13 cities and counties to ban disposable plastic bags. In the Northwest, Environment California is being followed by Environment Oregon and Environment Washington, also working now to ban single-use plastic bags, which means very soon, up and down the West Coast, we will have helped to stop the flow of plastic bags into the Pacific Ocean, no matter what the bag manufacturers think. But it isn't just on the West Coast that folks care about their environment. Environment North Carolina mobilized thousands of state residents to stand up to big oil and keep offshore drilling away from the Outer Banks, North Carolina's most beloved summer vacation spot. And Penn Environment is working feverishly with local activists and others to keep our forests, rivers, and drinking water safe from fracking, which you know is the controversial natural gas drilling process that the industry is pushing throughout the Marcellus Shale region. So it's battles and victories like these that are building a strong base of support for environmental protection across the nation and enabling us to clean up our water, clean up our air, keep our parks open and thriving, and get more and more clean energy onto the grid. And it's happening from Florida to Colorado, from Maine to Arizona. And while we're protecting our families' health and landscapes in states across America, all of that good work and the political power we're building ultimately makes its way to Washington, D.C. I mean, just this year, President Obama announced bold new clean car standards that will reduce our dependence on oil and dramatically slash the pollution that causes global warming. And our work really helped set the stage for that victory. We won similar policies in 14 states and then generated massive support for the president's action. But for as much progress as we've made in cities, states, and even federally, there's so much more to do. This past year, polluters teamed up with allies in Congress, and they have attempted to roll back our core environmental protections. Not once, not twice, but over 100 times. So far, we've helped make sure that not one single one of those rollbacks has passed into law. So what's the secret to our success? Well, we investigate the problems and put out reports. We support practical solutions we know will get the job done. We build broad and diverse coalitions and make our case to public officials. We inform the public and do everything we can through the media and internet to spread the word. But the bottom line for us at Environment America, the most important work we do is almost never in the Capitol or in a legislator's office. The most important work we do is on street corners, at doorsteps, on telephones. It happens in kitchens and living rooms, at town hall meetings, and at rallies. Because having good policy and knowing a few decision makers is important, but it just isn't enough. Ensuring that people across the country are educated and involved is what makes the difference. So it's our grassroots reach and our presence in cities and towns and state capitals across the country that's what Environment America brings to the environmental community in this country. And it's that kind of public support and grassroots action that I truly believe will help us together to create the cleaner, greener, healthier future that we all want for ourselves and for future generations.